The 2017 volleyball season has gotten off to a good start for the Titans of Eastern Florida, and tonight they look to extend their 5-game winning streak as they take on St. John's River College. Live from the Titan Fieldhouse on the Eastern Florida's Melbourne campus, it's the Vikings and the Titans next. Good evening, everybody, and welcome inside the Fieldhouse. A good matchup tonight. It is the 7th match for the Titans on the season. Good evening, everybody. I'm Bruce Silverman along with Eddie Rodriguez. Good to see you, my friend.
That's right, Bruce. Great match we have coming up for you guys.
So tonight we have a match where we have two teams that are in the opposite direction. We have one team that has won 5 straight and another that's looking for their first win in their 5th match.
That's right. Two teams, as you mentioned, they know each other. They just played last week, and of course for Eastern Florida, they're looking to keep their winning streak going. You know, they're 5-1, and on the other side, 0-4, looking to turn things around early in this season.
Last year, well, we'll get to that in a second. Time for us to take a timeout for the national anthem. Time for us to take a look at the players to watch. We'll start with the visitors. Number 12, Sarah Bisbee, the sophomore out of Spain.
That's right, the Spanish international, a transfer from Marshalltown Community College. According to her coach, she brings a world of knowledge, volleyball IQ. She's going to be everywhere, and she's pretty much the catalyst for this St. John's team as they get going in the offense.
A junior national player for her native land. And for the Titans, number 3, Kylie Hurst, the sophomore out of Colorado, a leader on and off the court.
Hurst will be all over the place as well. As we spoke to her coach, Andrea Rasmussen, she said, don't worry, you'll know who she is because she will be everywhere, defensively, offensively. She's just a great player with 60 kills already and 14 blocks.
She'll be wearing number 3, so look for her. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for both of these clubs tonight. On the left is the Vikings. Crow, Kelly, Gilman, Fokker, Crispy, Owens, and look for their Lopero, and that is Basco for the Titans. Hurst, as we've already talked about, Lecter, Gunn, Smith, Hauser, Grabizic, and the libero will be Delaney Smith. The coaches for tonight, Andrea Rasmussen for the Titans, and Jose Rivera looking for his first win of the season after a very good campaign a year ago in his first year as the head man of the Vikings. Mark Mills will be the man on the tower, and David Crowder will be on the court. So, Eddie, we take a look at this matchup, and the first thing that we really need to take a look at is one team, 5 games on the win streak. one team looking for their first win. They've already met once before. It was a 3-1 win for the Titans.
Yeah, you're right, for Eastern Florida. It's a matter of how can you keep the winning streak going. I spoke to the coach Andrea early today, and she said the chemistry on and off, you know, the court's great. They have a great combination of new players coming in and sophomore players who can do it. So for them, it's just continue to doing what their things are doing great. On the other side, for Coach Jose Rivera, is how can you find the right chemistry, you know, on the court to get your first win and to get things going. I know it's early in the season, but for them, you got to get, you know, numbers. You got to get some wins in the season.
Yeah, so the Vikings looking for their first win on the season. They have not had good luck so far tonight, looking to change their fortunes. They are in the blue, and we will have the Titans in the whites. And the Titans looking to pick up another win. They started well a year ago and then finished 13-13. But tonight, they really have an opportunity to extend their lead and really announce their presence with authority in their region and in their league.
Authority is the right word I was used to describe this team because they're playing at home. Two things. They're playing at home. Right now they have the advantage mentally because they know they played this team already last week, and they pretty much took it to them from the first set. They need to continue that. They need to keep going where they finished off last game. They need to pick it up right then and send the message early. You're playing at home, and nothing's going to happen here because we have the home field advantage, and they're going to transfer that to the actual court.
One of the things I want to take a look at as this game progresses is if the Titans can get into an early lead, how they continue it. They put their foot on the gas and they keep going. They don't let their opponent hang around in this match. The Vikings will serve, and it will be Kelsey Crow. And that first point of the match will go to the Titans.
And that's what you were talking about, Bruce. How can Eastern Florida find a way to get the early point? They got it. Now they got to continue to do that. How can you carry that throughout the first set?
Hurst with the serve. And another kill. And already a quick start for the Titans. They remain on serve, and it is Kylie Hurst, who we talked about in the Open, who will do it once again at a Windsor High School. 5'8" sophomore. Serve back into the middle. Good movement and an outstanding kill by Hurst, and she earns herself another serve.
Yeah, and once again, this is exactly what Coach Andrea Rasmussen was talking about. Look at, she is everywhere. Kylie Hurst there with a great kill, and now serving again.
Good momentum so far for the Titans. Hurst gets the whistle. Once again into the middle, Libero gets it. Good ball movement by the Titans. Little finesse by the Titans up front. And there's nothing the Titans can do about that. The shot from the outside, and it's 3-1.
Great job by Amari Owens just to break that point for the Titans, and now St. John's looking to get back here early in this first set.
Serve will go to the lady that we took a look at in the Open, Sarah Bisbee. Let's see what the Spaniard has to start it up. Another outstanding shot by Pauser. And it will be 4-1. Take a look at Pauser and what she just did.
Elisa Pauser gets right to the net, close to it. Great power, just hits it over. And that's how you want to change the momentum right away. You had just lost the point, now you get it back.
Lecter puts it into the net, and it's 4-2. The libero, Basco, will be serving now out of Ocala, Florida, the sophomore. Libero to libero. Finds the back corner for the winner. 5-1 Titans.
Dana Smith making great contact with the ball, looking that space, finding that space in the back.
Danny Smith the serve, puts that one in the net. And Eddie, this is the second time in as many points where a Titan server has put it into the net. That's got to be disheartening for the coach.
And I think that's one of those things where discipline, where the experience of you being a mature player, you cannot give that away. You have the advantage to score a point, and because of the service you hit against the net, it's going to go against you, and that's how you can get ahead or even let the other team get close to you.
Ramirez starts up this point. Vikings do a good job to stay in it. Ramirez. And a point goes to St. John's. It's now 5-4. Ramirez will do it again with an opportunity to tie this match.
Yeah, and those are the type of things that you cannot let the game go away because you're not able to put teams away early. Coach spoke about that. If we have something against us right now, she said, is we got to have the killer instinct. And when you have them in the ropes, you got to put them away.
And that is another point. Well, hold on 1 second. Take a look at the replay. Yep. Called a touch of the net.
Yeah, Passer makes contact with the net right here. She gets up and yeah, St. John's making a good argument for themselves.
Tied at 5 apiece. And Ramirez looking for another one. Goes opposite court. And another touch of the net. And it's 6-5 for the Vikings.
And just like that, St. John's comes back when Eastern Florida had the best the first couple of points. You let him back and let him get up.
Switches sides once again on that serve. And that one is put away with authority. Rachel Gunn makes it a 6-6 match, Eddie.
Yeah, now Hurt's back in the game. This is when you got to take advantage of the situation. Eastern Florida, you have a chance to serve, put him away early.
Pauser, left-handed serve. Outside, and it drops. Nice dropper by Hannah Fokker. Makes it a 7-6 game, and St. John's on the serve.
Yeah, great vision, drop shot right there. She saw both blockers going out to the same side, and she so cleverly put it away.
And Fokker with the serve right to the libero. From the outside, and it goes long. Bisbee, a little too much on that one, 7-7. And it will be Rachel Gunn on the serve. Jump serve. Ramirez puts it high, and that is also long. Gilman long on that right-handed shot, and first time in a while that the Titans have had the lead in this set.
Yeah, and if you look at Gilman, her jump started way too far back, and by the time she made contact with
an ace.
Just what you needed, right place, right time. We talked about the timing of everything. Just what you needed right now. Rachel Gunn.
Gunn, one of 3 returning starters from a year ago out of New Zealand. And that one gets the serve right back for the Vikings.
The Vikings refuse to go away quietly. Every time they get a chance, they're going to fight for that.
Take another look at it.
Solid service by Gunn, and the Vikings come back, and that was Gilman with a great hit.
Off the net. Gunn. And a winner. Bosco checks back in for the Vikings. Grubasic will have the serve for the Titans and a 10-8 lead. Down the line. Frantic play. Has to go over on that third hit. Not a lot on it for the Titans, and that's a winner for St. John's. Credit it to Brady.
Yeah, Brady with a good hit from behind the line. Was able to locate the two blockers from Eastern Florida and somehow just trickle the ball between the two. The ball just drops right there. Once again, the Vikings coming back.
Crow with a excellent serve to earn the tie at 10 apiece. Crow, who just checked back into the match, and right now serving with an opportunity to go up 11-10. Nice low set and a winner from the outside, and who else but Kylie Hurst.
Once again, Kylie Hurst making her presence known at the right time. Here's a different angle. Great set piece right there, and Kylie Hurst does the rest.
Did a nice job of finding the angle and cutting it. And that's a winner. And a nice job once again on the outside by Ariel Lecter.
You gotta like the description of Coach Andrea Rasmussen when we talked about Kylie Hurst, and she said, you'll know who she is because she will be everywhere, and that's exactly where she's been, everywhere.
And now on the serve. St. John's doing a good job of keeping it in play. Ball will come from the back. Pauser. From the outside, and it's out. Another point for the Titans. And that was a frantic play where neither team really could settle the ball down and get a good set.
Yeah, and that's the key. It wasn't the perfect set. He wasn't a control set. He was just frantic, trying to get it over and keep it in bounds.
Owens looking for the dropper, but saved by the Titans. Gunn from the outside. Outstanding job by the Vikings to keep it in play. And that block is a winner. Sienna Kelly.
Sienna Kelly finding the highest point right there. Just when you thought Eastern Florida was gonna put that one away, Sienna gets up high, two hands on the block.
Nice job by the sophomore out of Bradenton, Florida. Hard serve, has to go right back, and Kelly can't repeat it, and the point goes to the home team.
Yeah, well, her jump was a little bit delayed. She jumped late and did not meet the ball at the highest point as she tried to make contact with it.
Aaron Arbor with the serve. The dropper, and it does fall. And Sienna Kelly redeems herself.
Absolutely, back to back to back. She had the point earlier than the error, and now Sienna Kelly comes back to give the Vikings a point.
Basco with the serve, and Gilman just checked into the match. Shot from the outside, trying to cut the angle, was Gunn. And that will be long.
Yeah, it's a very difficult angle for Gunn between the antenna, so she's able to hit the ball, not the best angle and not the best contact with the ball. And once again, the Vikings coming back.
Danny Smith with the serve, right-handed, right up the gut. And the Vikings can't get it over the net. Eddie, the one thing that I'm noticing about the Titans so far is they're getting the points up 16-12, but they really aren't getting the right first touch to get the set on the second.
Yeah, it's almost like everything, you know, as we call that hurry up defense and offense as well, where they hurry up and get the ball, but it's not the best set, it's not the most dynamic set. They're able to keep the ball in bounds, they're able to hit the ball over, but now with a lot of advantage.
Double substitution as Ramirez and Brady check into the match once again for St. John's. Ramirez has the serve. Earlier in this match, he had a nice run on serve. Ball set high, and a nice dropper. Pauser was faking the slam, came back with the touch.
And that's what happens when you fake it. When the first times you hit the ball, you go for the power shot. Now the two blockers went for it, Great little touch right there. She drops the ball in between the two blockers.
And Pauser on serve. Ramirez sets. That's blocked by the Titans. Vikings, too many touches. And we've got a timeout on the floor. We got 75 seconds as Jose Rivera will have a conversation with his girls down by 5.
He's got to figure out a way, as you mentioned, to clean up those balls. The service has got to be a little bit better. The sets have to be a little bit closer with the advantage to the hitter and not to the defensive side. Of course, they need to just tighten up a little bit the timing, even defensively in their jumps. It's just a little bit off.
And actually, it looks like they're having better ball movement by the Titans. They're just not finishing the same way the Titans are.
Right, and the finishing, of course, is the key. You can maintain the point and keep it alive, but at the end of the day, you got to finish those points, and that's why the difference is 18-13. They haven't been able to put those points away early when they have a chance, and when the momentum changes to the other side, Eastern Florida has been able to do so.
And if you're talking about Eastern Florida, what kind of changes would you make right now during this timeout?
Right now, I would definitely put my players with experience where you got to put them away. You win the point, you got a chance to serve again, you got to put them away without a doubt. You need to put this set away, as we know they're playing at home, so you got to take advantage of that.
Talking to Coach Rasmussen yesterday, she said from the 20th point on, it's a matter of her girls getting that killer instinct. Right now, 18-13. I want to take a look as this match progresses. When they get to that 20-point mark, what they do, and if they let their opponent back in, or if they put them to the sword.
No, and that's exactly what I was referring to. By bringing your players with more experience, you got to have that killer instinct. As she said, you got to find players who can put the game away, put their set away now. Don't let them come back in. As you know, the Vikings have done a great job. When you let them in, they squeak in. Now they get a point, and the momentum has changed.
So it was Pauser who got us started, 6 feet tall, one of the 3 Brazilians on this club, and she touches it from the middle. Set nice and high, and Gunn trying to cut the angle. Ramirez went straight at it. And Gunn, once again, looking for the winner. Touch high in the air by St. John's from the outside. Ramirez sets again. To the corner. And the point goes.
To Eastern Florida, I think, found the corner.
And they did. Take a look at the replay as there was a little bit of confusion at the end of this one.
Barbara Cabo gets the touch right at the end. And the official says it was in, so Eastern Florida with a point.
Powell serves once again to Basco from the outside. Nice dig. Went right at it. Down the line for a winner for St. John's. 19-14.
And just like that, St. John's, the Vikings fighting back. Find that alley on the outside. The outside hitter gets up. Olivia Brady.
Right into that back 90. Fokker to serve. Right up the gut. Who else? Kylie Hurst, you know, you talk about the players that Rasmussen wants to go to. You just talked about the experienced players. It is Hurst and Gunn and Smith, and they have been the major contributors early on. We are now at the 20th point.
And Pauser as well. Those 4 players right there. Pauser with great hitter as well. Those are the players that are going to put you over. And even like in this case, you see Kylie Hurst with an error. You still want her on the ball, though. You want her that when the game's on the line, I want her to take that chance.
Gilman with the serve. And there's that frantic ball movement from the outside. And that one's not going to do it. Bisbee couldn't find the angle, couldn't find the top of the net. You know, and it's now 21-15.
It seems to me they're playing that rush offense, and even Bisbee, Sarah Bisbee, as a player with such of long experience playing this game, even if you have that experience, but when you're rushing it, you're not going to make good contact with the ball like we saw in the last point.
The setter on serve. Down the line. Hits the net. Titans looking to put away the Vikings here. Bisbee, and that's not going to do it, and that's the second time she's tried to cut the angle and has not found the other side of the net.
Yeah, her angle is wrong. Her approach to the ball is wrong, even her footing. And as she's trying to push, it's not happening. It was a great quick release, quick set by Eastern Florida that got him in transition, and that's how the Vikings got in trouble.
And you see Jose Rivera, and he's looking at the scoreboard and a little confused as to how his team is down by 7.
Well, one of the best things they've done, and that's something that Jose Rivera's got to work off of it, they do have the fight within them. They find a way to get him back. They find a way to get the point coming back. They just got to be able to put him away.
Join local sportscaster Eric Kohler as he hosts Eastern Florida State College coaches and student athletes for a closer look inside Titan sports. This weekly in-depth program explores the 11 Titans men's and women's sports teams through game footage and coaches' analysis. Get closer to the action Thursday nights at 8 p.m. here on WEFS. And Eddie, we got about 15 seconds left in this timeout. If you're Coach Rasmussen, you're just saying, put your foot on the gas, finish off this first set, switch sides, and do it again.
Absolutely. Go back to the basics. You know, put him away if you get a chance to kill it. You know, that's the case, but you got to get, once again, I know we keep talking about it, you got to have that killer instinct, especially we talked about the importance of after 18, 19, 20, the mentality of the game has to change.
Grubasic, the sophomore from Slovenia, looking to close out this first set. And that is just long. Right idea, a little too much on it.
Right idea, wrong club. And I like the fact you're going, absolutely. You like the fact you're going for it a little bit. You're gambling, but a lot of the times it'll pay off. You got to go with that consistency and that bravery as well.
Crow had the serve and the dropper. Outstanding effort by the sophomore out of Colorado.
Once again, Kylie Hurts doing what she does best. Great little touch right there on the net, a dropper.
And she gets the serve for the effort. And that, the assist from the net and the winner by Sienna Kelly makes it 23-17.
Yeah, and the difference in that approach, you can tell Sienna Kelly came, her timing was perfect, so by the time she stroked the ball, her angle was good. As opposed to the last time she touched it, and she was late to the ball.
Bisbee with a good serve, but the Titans are able to answer, and it's now set point.
And Mari Bosco, her feet were not set. She was backpedaling. Found that ball late, and the Titans with a great chance here.
And that ball stays in, and the set continues. It's now 24-18, and the Vikings libero, Edmari Basco.
That right there was the reason why Coach Jose Rivera was looking at the scoreboard saying, how can we be down these many points when we're doing the right thing, getting some points back? They just don't reflect on the scoreboard.
Another set, shot from the outside, and another winner. Fokker keeps this set alive, 24-19. Basco to serve once again.
Hannah Fokker in a nice little rhythm. She's got 2 in a row.
Switches sides. And another point in the direction of St. John's. It's now 24-20, and this is what Coach Rasmussen was concerned about.
Right, because you let him back in the match. Before you know it, now they actually have a chance. When you added at 16-17, now they're back in this match.
From the outside, Gunn. Another set, Fokker with the drop. It's covered, but it's not enough. And it's now 24-21. Nervous moments here in Titans Fieldhouse.
And just like that, the Vikings are back in it. And now you feel the pressure. Now they have the weight of the gym on their shoulders.
Basco with an excellent serve, covered by Smith. Gunn, and it's blocked. It's blocked.
Outstanding block by Sienna Kelly.
And Gilman, they teamed up.
And they just built a wall on top of the net.
Timeout Titans, and Andrea Rasmussen, who was enjoying a pretty easy set up until this point. Her team now has given up a number of points in a row. They've seen their lead on set point evaporate.
And the worst part about that is we're going to see a different angle right here, but great block right here by Sienna Kelly and company. They both got together, great block right over the net. But as you mentioned, the worst part for Eastern Florida right now is they're giving up the momentum. Now the Vikings are growing into the last few points because they've gotten the momentum. They're adding points to their tally, and you can tell the little bit of nervousness in Eastern Florida.
Well, whether St. John's can get back and tie this match, or you see the Titans actually pick up this first set, this is a game changer. This stretch right now on serve is a game changer because that sends the message to St. John's, hey, we can play with these guys.
I was just going to say that. That sends a message. We can compete with these guys, whereas before, when they just blow you out of the water, you have no chance. Now, we can play with them. It's just a matter of getting things right.
Basco will do it again, the Ocala native. Right hand. And another good serve. And another point for St. John's. 24-23, Basco now serving to tie this match. Cross court once again. Gun for, and that's blocked. And we're tied at 24. Gunn was looking for the set winner and just couldn't get it past that wall.
Yeah, once again, that was Gilman this time on the block, on the double block, and they're doing a great job staying together right above the net and keeping those hands together, ever so important.
And the point.
Gilman
and
gets
now
called for that.
Another set point, and there's been a lot of them for the Titans. Smith for the set win, and she gets it. Basco, who got St. John's back into this set, commits the mortal foul.
Yeah, once again, Basco not setting her feet. You can tell she was moving. She got caught in transition, so I got her in trouble.
All right, time for us to take a break, and then we'll come back with analysis on the first set and the second set. We'll be back on WEFS. Titans up 1-0.
It's doubleheader action for the Eastern Florida soccer teams. Friday at 3:30, the Titans women's team battles the Blue Storm from Southwest Illinois. Then at 8, the men's team will battle the Vikings from Jefferson College. Catch both games live Friday on WEFS.
Welcome back to Titan Fieldhouse. The Titans up 1-0, and it was nervous moments at the end of that set.
Yeah, you're right. It could have gone either way. Of course, Eastern Florida at the end, but the fact that they're letting a team like the Vikings just hang on and give them a chance to come back, you can't do that because if one of those is going to go the other way.
Gunn, Hurst, and Pauser in the first set. Take a look at Hauser first. And that's with authority.
That's right, Pauser from the back.
Gun down the line. And Hurst, she was everywhere. And got the angle. And then a nice little ace to go along with it for Gunn. Pauser. Got a little bit of touch. And then Hurst with a little bit of touch. But St. John's, especially late, a lot of great blocks.
They're doing a great job of just double teaming, getting their hands over that net, and they're keeping their hands together. So a couple of times they had some pretty good, and rightfully so, the timing of their blocks was excellent.
St. John's, a lot of things that they can build on in that run to get that match close and actually tie it at 24-24 before the Titans put it away. But the Titans, and this is something that we talked about yesterday with the coach, they need to put their foot on the gas and actually take their opponents to the sword. If you're the Titans and you carry a sword, when you get close to the end of a set, end of a match, take them to the sword.
That's right. Right, we get to the, we talked about the 18s, the 19 points, the 20. Put them away. Don't even look back. Don't give them a chance to come back and retaliate, because a couple of those points don't go your way. And as we saw in the first set here, gave the Vikings a chance to come back, and they almost stole the first set.
So the first set was 26-24. Had to go to extra points on that one before we settled it. Everybody has switched sides. Again, the Titans in the whites, and you have the Vikings in blue. I'm Bruce Silverman along with Eddie Rodriguez, and we're going to start this up again. If you are the Titans, you want to get off to a quick start and you want to keep on going. If you're St. John's, you also want to get to a good start, and you want to make sure that you build on the success you had in the first set.
Right now, if you're Eastern Florida, you want to erase any chance for the Vikings to come back into this game. Don't let them think that they can come back and win a set, so it'll be tied 1-1. Put them away if you can. Big difference between 2-0 to 1-1, so you got to put them away when you get a chance. You got to use the momentum that you won at the end of the first set one. Take that into set two early and start accumulating points.
You're talking, taking a look at the way that this Titan team is constructed. There's some international flavor. 3 kids from Brazil, 1 from New Zealand. Talking to Coach yesterday, as we take a look at Kylie Hurst, she was talking about her Brazilian players, and she was saying that the Brazilians like to play by finesse, very similar to soccer. But we have seen power by Pauser tonight.
Oh, yeah. And also, the coach told me that the way, they grew up playing the game in Brazil, it's a little different. Unlike us here, all the way to U14, they just let them play without any technical knowledge. And then at 14, they start teaching them the basics of the game.
Gregory had the shot from the outside, but it is an outstanding win by Hannah Fokker. 1-0 in favor of the visitors. And that was probably the best balanced point of the match so far.
Yeah, you're right, both sides, but Hannah Fokker was able to put that point away for the Vikings. And this is when, if you're Eastern Florida, you want to get the ball right away. Get the ball back. You drop one, get it back. Don't let that turn into a 2 or 3-0 early set.
Basco to Delaney Smith. Nice dig on the back. Fokker looking for another point, and she earns her team another point. It's now 2-0 for the visitors. So Basco, no. Hold everything, folks. It's now 1-1 as the referees have changed the fortunes of the Vikings. And it is Kylie Hurst to serve, the jump. From the outside, some power. Another set, it's a low one. And another one of those great blocks by the visitors. With power, save from the back. Gregory gets it over. Fokker too much. 2-1 early in this second set. We're seeing completely different play than the first.
Completely different plays, and it all started by a great jump serve by Kylie Hurst here, who's still serving. But you're right, though. So, different from both teams, just kind of all over the place. And Eastern Florida not able to control the tempo of the game.
Another jump serve. Basco has to save it. And Fokker will try to get that touch, and it does not go over. And another point for the Titans.
This is the momentum that you want to get, as you see once again Kylie Hertz serving her third point.
Another jump and another excellent serve has to be played off the net. And another point for the Titans.
Just like that, when you have your best player serving, you want to keep her there. You want to keep adding points.
Right up the gut. Bosco had to put it in play. Fokker tried with the touch. Set up high and gun. And it's a little too much, and it's 4-2.
Rachel Gunn with a great approach behind the line. Just a bit out, though, not by much.
And what a name for a volleyball player.
The perfect volleyball player.
Now serving Patricia Ramirez.
Ramirez will serve. And we saw she really got everything started for St. John's River in the first set. It was her being on serve that got her club back in this match. From the outside, outstanding effort by Olivia Brady, the sophomore out of Tallahassee.
Oh, great effort.
Point. Yeah.
Great effort trying to
Thanks
get.
for pointing everything out. I mix up my rosters and everything goes awry.
It happens to me, buddy.
Yeah, credit to Ariel Lecter, Addison Bastion, for that big winner. St. John's River very frantic, and that one's just too much.
Posture with a quick set right there, quick release. The Brazilian international from Belo Horizonte, Brazil.
And another serve for Aaron Arbor, the freshman out of Stuart, Florida. Fokker, and a nice save. Gregory from the outside, and the block does not work. Nice block by the Titans, and they capitalize on that.
Yeah, Carly Gregory with a quick touch, but it was that early quick touch. They got the ball over the net, and the Vikings were not able to keep the ball alive.
Take a look at the block once again. We're in a timeout, 75 seconds long. You see the way this play progressed, and that was just enough of a block. Got up on it, drove it down, and there was not much that the Vikings could do to get it back in play.
And it was that quickness of Gregory and Pauser right there. They got to the ball a little bit quicker, that 1/10 of a second to get you in front of the ball. And just like that, it's 8-2 for Eastern Florida. That's the momentum that we're talking about that happened in the first set. From here on, you got to continue to go forward. Do not look back. Put them away.
Early in this second set, play changed a little bit. We started to see a lot of momentum from both sides, and here was probably one of the best and longest plays of the match so far.
Yeah, and once again, it all started out of the back by Kylie Hertz on that jump serve.
And you see just play going back and forth. Some power, some good saves, and then just a little long by Fokker. I feel like we should have this whole profile made up about Miss Fokker, because then we could say, and then now it's time to meet the Fokker.
Right. I'm sure she's never heard that in her lifetime, especially in college, right?
All right, serve for Aaron Arbor with her club up by 6. The set, gun from the outside, and another point for the Titans.
Great kill from the outside right there. Once again, a point for Eastern Florida. And now you can tell the momentum is shifting a little bit. You can see the confidence in the players' faces.
The set, and Gunn will have another opportunity. Nice dig. Ramirez goes high, and that's too much to handle. Olivia Brady. 9-3. We'll take another look.
Just when you thought Gunn was able to put that one away, Olivia Brady makes good contact with the ball.
Hannah Falker, right up the middle. Ramirez, another set. And another point for the Vikings, and it's now 9-4. This outside hitter has been outstanding, Eddie, all night long for the Vikings.
She's been on, and when her number gets called, she answers the call. And right on cue as we say that, she hits the net.
Always the way it
as
plays
it happens
out.
on TV. Just when you call a player, they say hello.
Number 10 and number 11 check in. Magliochetti and Smith. Magliochetti has the serve. Ramirez with the set. Falker from distance. And a winner. 10-5 for the visitors. Katie Gilman from Interlachen will have the serve. Gunn, nice dig. And a nice block for the winner.
Great set by Magliochetti though. Across court, Pauser puts it away. Well, that was actually Rachel Gunn with the best last name in volleyball.
Pauser's not bad either. And Pauser serves left-handed. Ramirez touched the net. And you also see that the sets for the Vikings are getting lower and lower.
Correct.
Is it fatigue or frustration?
I think it's both. Mental fatigue as well. When the other team is putting those balls away and you don't have anything to answer to, Bruce is one of those where the mental fatigue starts adding as well as the physical fatigue. And when the other team is in a high, it's tough to respond to that.
The winner. And on that play, you start to take a look at this replay, you're going to notice neither team's really getting set to get that second ball.
And this is a great angle right here. Also, lack of communication right there by the Eastern players in the back. That was Pauser and Letcher.
And Crow with the serve. Nice block, but saved nicely, and point will go on the double hit.
Smith gets go for that double hit.
And Crow will serve again out of Harmony, Florida, the freshman. The net and the outside shot and the outside winner by Hurst. And Hurst has been quiet in this second set, now 13-7.
She's quiet until you call her number, and right here, Kylie Hurst right there climbs the ladder down the alley right there to put it away.
Gunn. A nice set. The block goes wide. And that's the difference when the Titans get an opportunity to get a good first touch so they get that perfect set, then they tend to win the points. Gunn with the serve.
And you can tell in that last play where Amari Jones wasn't able to set her hands together, so now your block comes off the court as opposed to, staying in the court for a good contact.
You take a look at Rachel Gunn's face, and she's really starting to feel it. Going right at the libero again. The touch from the outside, nice dig. Gunn's gonna have to shoot from the backcourt. Power shot. Outstanding effort by Kelly for the winner.
And once again, the Vikings find a way to rally back. And Rachel Gunn not able to get to that second ball. The Spaniard serving.
Right up the middle. Lecter with that shot. And miscommunication in the middle for the Vikings makes it a 16-8 match.
And that's another thing that's going to happen. As you keep dropping points, then, you know, people start getting, you try to do too much rather than worry about your job only. You start doing somebody else's job because you want to do more, and that's how you get that happening. Miscommunication, nobody got to the ball.
Barbara Cabo Grubasic earns the 17th point in the second set for the Titans. And she'll stay on serve. Falker. And Falker's blocked. Goes forward again, unloads from the outside. Owens with the drop. Now the Titans trying to take advantage, and Hurst does. And that's what we talked about. The right first touch sets up the perfect second, and the winner on the third.
And really waiting for the perfect set. You see Kylie Hurst putting it away, but it all started because they're not forcing the play. They're waiting, see what the best one. They can hit the ball over. You know, great job setting it, and when it's on, then you execute.
We got another timeout on the floor as Jose Rivera is going to take a look and have a conversation with his girls. 18-8. And right now, we're kind of at that same point where Coach Rasmussen is going into the huddle right now and saying it's time to finish them out.
Yeah, once again, and it all started with Barbara Cabo Grubasic by, you know, her put the service in, let your team give them a chance to perform well. They waited for that set, and you're right, though. This is around that time, the 18, 19, 20th point, where you need your stronger players mentally. Find a way to get it down. Find a way to finish the set early.
She was very active in the first set, quiet in the early part of the second. Talking about Kylie Hurst, she has been on fire as of late. From the outside, down the line, and then from the middle, making them pay.
Well, Coach Rasmussen did tell us that she was going to be all over the place. She can hit from the side, from the middle, from the, of course, she's an outside hitter as well when she needs to be. And how about her serve? She got a great jump serve as well.
Whenever she is on the ball, good things happening for the Titans. It's now 18-8. Grubasic
I would say whenever she's on the floor, period, good things happen for Eastern Florida.
Well, right now she finds herself in the front court along with Gregory and Ariel Lecter. And now the Vikings will come back onto the court themselves. And that's down the line. Vikings having to play out of that backcourt. Gregory, nice dig. Sent forward. Lecter. From the outside, and that does not find the other side of the net. Kelly into the net, and it's 19-8.
Barbara Cabo Grubasic extending her serve.
And she goes down the line, and it's just wide. So that will be a side out, 19-9. And the Vikings libero, Edmari Basco to serve. Down the line finds Lecter. Gun from the back, and that's into the net. And it seemed like she was trying to decide, do I want to jump? Do I want to just send it back?
Yeah, and that's the timing once again. Do you jump? Do you let it drop? Do you just make good contact with the ball? Combination of all three. Didn't make good contact with the ball. Didn't put enough on the ball. And that's that mental aspect of the game that you got to be able to just pick one and go with it.
Lecter with the big hit, but dug out by Basco. Gregory went for the kill. But missed just wide. Basco again, it's now 19-11. Right up the middle. From the outside, Hurst. She pulled up on that one, and that doesn't find the other side of the net. 20-11, and this is gut check time. This is the 20th. Let's see what Hurst decides to do. And if you've got a gut check, and if you have a tendency to let your opponent back in, you want your best player on serve.
That's right. Kylie Hurst once again with a great jump serve.
Falker and another block. Outstanding block by Pauser. And Falker just too much for Hurst on that one. Make it 20-12.
And give credit to Hannah Falker once again. Every time she gets called, comes back, great hit over the net. She's got that mental tenacity, if you will, just to keep going. And that's one of the reasons why the Vikings are back in this game.
Ramirez the serve. The freshman may also be the shortest person on the court tonight. Pauser with some power, and it's now 21-12. Lecter will check out. Aaron Arbor will check in, and she'll have the serve. And the freshman also 5'5", along with Ramirez. Gregory. Falker. And the Vikings wisely, the Titans wisely let it go as the Vikings go long on that one, 22-12.
It's having that presence on the court to know where you are, whether you let it go or you attack the ball.
And that is a mental error as the Vikings missed the set, go over the net, and Titans make them peg.
Yeah, once again, we talked about just not having that service or a little bit too long. Once again, the ball gets away from you because technically you did not, hit the ball or set the ball the right way. As we see the Titans going on a little run here, 24-12.
Arbor on the serve once again. Falker with a soft touch. Gunn in between, but she got it over the net, and the Vikings could not settle. Gunn from the outside. Went with the touch once again. And that block goes wide, and it's 24-13. And not very often do you see the sun playing a factor inside a building, but because we have glass all around the top of the field house, it's a little bit of a factor.
Well, this is when you want to have facilities that rotate. The whole gym just rotates, and
What is this,
yeah.
like Carousel of Progress
Right.
at Disney World? Well, the progress right now is in favor of Hannah Falker. 24-14. Nice serve. And that winner ends the second set at 25-14. So 2 sets to love in favor of the Titans as they are looking for their 6th win in a row. We're going to jump out, take a break. When we come back, analysis of the second and the third set on WEFS.
Aviation careers are taking off at Eastern Florida State College's new Aviation Center with FAA-approved programs for aviation mechanics and technicians. Graduates have great job opportunities with top aviation companies and commercial space companies launching the next generation of human spaceflight at Kennedy Space Center. Don't delay. Contact Eastern Florida State College today.
Welcome back to Titans Fieldhouse. The Titans up 2-love, 26-24 in the first set, and then 25-14 in the second. Bruce Silverman along with Eddie Rodriguez. And in the second set, the Titans jump out to an early lead, and they never took their foot off the gas.
And that's exactly what you and I were referring to in the first set, to have the capability, to have the mental capacity to just put them away, get it done, do not look back, and don't let the other team to come back in. In the first half, that wasn't the case. Second half, second set, great job by Eastern Florida Titans.
We joked about it in the second set. We wanted you to meet the Fokker. We want you to meet Hannah Fokker and her play tonight. And she really has been the difference maker for St. John's River. Just taking over that front court time after time after time.
Yeah, her timing has been great. Not only the way she strikes the ball, but just her approach. You can see her right there going down the side, the alley. And her physical presence for St. John's, what she brings to the table, and just that tenacity going forward and trying to get the point for her team.
And even doing it on serve, right up the gut. So we're about ready to get started with the third set of this 3 out of 5 match. And Eddie, definitely enjoying this experience with you, as we always have a great time when we work together. Really impressed by the way that Eastern Florida came back in the second. It's interesting to say came back in the second set, but they came back after letting down themselves at the end of the first set, letting their opponent back into the match. They didn't make that same mistake
Yeah,
twice.
no, and I know exactly what you're referring to, and I give a lot of that credit to Coach Andrea Rasmussen, because she told me that before the game. She said, look, one of the problems that we're having right now, if you can call that a problem, is the fact that we're dominating early in the sets, but we just kind of get a little bit cavalier, if you will, and we let the teams come back in the set. And as we get more experience into the season, we gotta hide that. We gotta have that killer instinct, and because when you're playing a great team, you let them back in, they might just take the set. So they want to avoid that as they keep making a run towards their season and the season conference as well.
Had the exact same conversation with Coach yesterday. Third set just about ready to get underway. The Titans looking for their 6th win on the campaign. It will be 6 in a row as well. And for Jose Rivera, frustrations continue for his club, the Vikings, 0-4 and 1 set away from 0-5.
And that right there, you start getting a little worried, because, you know, things are not going your way. Sometimes, you know, especially when you play on the road, you know, you're trying to get, it's hard to get a W on the road. However, when you're playing at home, you got to get those wins. But the fact that you haven't been able to win one, it's just, you know, it gets in your head as well.
Frustration for the Vikings after having an outstanding season a year ago, 26-9. But right now it is all Titans all the time as they pick up the first point of the third set. And who else is on
We're
serve?
thinking about a 26-9 for the year. Now you're almost 0-6, 0-5 rather. Right now it's the first 5 games of the season.
Tale of a change of scenery and a change of seasons, as it's now 2-0. Hurst still on the serve, and you see that there's a lot more smiles on the face of the Titans right now, at least in between points, as they can start to feel true control of this match.
No, you definitely get that confidence within. You can feel it because you're playing better as a team and individually as well, as the Vikings get the point.
And it will be Sarah Bisbee, who has been another game changer for St. John's River on serve, and the sun directly in her eyes, and you can see that.
Yeah, now you can tell that. I wonder how much that's going to be a factor for St. John's serving on this side. So either you go really deep, which I don't think that's going to cover the sun, or you try to get near to the line.
The set, the dropper from the outside. Owens goes over the top. Pauser just trying to keep it in play. Pauser with the drop. Nice dig by Kraut. Nice long point. And it continues. And the point goes to Sienna Kelly and St. John's, and now they're up 3-2, and if memory serves, that's the first lead of the match for them.
It is the first one, and Elisa Pauser from Eastern Florida tried it twice. You also don't want to try it 2 times when you do the little touch right there, because they know they're expecting. So now they're not going to get up to block. They're going to wait for the little touch.
Got to keep them honest by going right at them. Just the way Falker just did, and it's 4-2.
Once again, Hannah Falker for the Vikings doing what she does best. Outside hitting right here, going cross court.
Sun really not much of a factor in Bisbee's eyes. And that's a nice way to get your team back into the match. 4-3 visitors, but the Titans on serve as Aaron Arbor has checked in to start us up.
Yeah, Carly Gregory with a quick set, quick hit to get the ball back to Eastern Florida.
Kelly with the dropper of her own. Miscommunication there, and it's 5-3.
Once again, the Titans put the ball in the air and nobody underneath the ball to set it. You wait for that perfect set, but you got to communicate. And once again, the sun being a factor for.
And Basco had to move up very close to the line. His gun guns it down. Basco had to serve basically on the line to avoid being blinded by the light.
There's no question about Rachel Gunn's power as she climbs the ladder, makes great contact with the ball at the highest point for the kill.
Summer Magliosetti. Who else but Falker? Saved by Arbor. And Gunn. Another set, Gunn from the middle, and this time she couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, Rachel Gunn and Pauser going for the same ball, not communicating.
Double substitution for the Vikings will result in Patricia Ramirez serving. And with a 6-4 lead. Right up the middle. One of the more bizarre plays you will see on both sides.
Well, locally,
the whiff on one side.
Locally, she missed the ball entirely.
So we'll take another look at it.
Because that would have been a double
missed by
touch.
Smith.
Yeah.
But it was Danny Smith misses it. Delaney Smith picks it up. And on the other side, it just falls. Falker blocked. Falker put it up in the air from the outside. Smith is blocked. And a nice heads-up play by Summer Magliosetti to go where no one was standing.
Well, just great vision. She reads the entire defense from the Vikings. Nobody in the hole right there. And nice little drop, two-handed drop.
Pauser to serve, and yeah, heads-up play to Pauser puts it in the net. But heads-up play, even though you've still got a touch to make on your side, if you see that opening, take advantage of what the opponent gives you.
Well, and I like the fact that she was aware enough that it was there and she went for it. Sometimes you don't have the vision to see it, and a lot of times it's really open and you're afraid to go for it, especially when you're down.
Hurst had a nice slam, but it was saved on the other side. Hurst now with the touch. Nice play on both sides. Gunn, she's blocked. From the other side, and a winner. Danny Smith goes down the line, 7-7.
Great job by Eastern Florida keeping the ball. And great set right here. Danny Smith going down the line.
And great vision by Danny Smith as she was looking into the middle, but she went down the line, and that pulled the blockers over.
She was able to control her body because she was facing like she was going to come cross court, and she hit the ball down the line in that alley. You're right, but great vision to realize where the Vikings defenders were not.
Nice touch from the outside, dug out. Smith gets blocked, and it's now 8-7 for the visitors.
This is when Eastern Florida has to figure out a way how to break the serve from St. John's.
Gilman with a nice serve. Vikings not able to really set up much offense on that set of touches. And Smith puts it in the net. And St. John's is now up 9-7.
That's when you're forcing it. You're trying to force something that is really not there. You're trying to force the shot where you're not set up properly. The ball is not a great set. You're hitting the ball behind you, so you know it's not going to go well for you.
Gilman puts it into the net, makes it 9-8. Double switch for the Titans. Grubasic, the sophomore out of Slovenia, puts it into the net. And those are just the unforced errors when you're having a tight set that you just can't afford to give up.
Yeah, and mentally, it's getting to you. Before you know it, you're mishitting the ball, not hitting the ball with authority, and your self-esteem's not really there, so you start doubting it, or you start going long.
And on that one, Hurst, knowing that this third set is slipping away, tries to do a little too much. All she had to do is drive it into the ground. Wide open corner, and Hurst can't catch up with that one, and it's now a 12-8 lead, and certainly the longest lead of the match for the visitors.
Yeah, we talked about when players try to do too much or much more than what their responsibility is, and that's where you get in trouble.
And then the nerves kick in, and Crow puts it into the net, gives the side out to Hurst. And if you want to climb back into this third set, this is the lady you want the ball in the hands of. Owens blocked, and that block was too much for the Vikings to handle, and it's 12-10.
Once again, I like her title, middle blocker, defense specialist, slash everything. We're just gonna call her slash. Slash jump server, slash outside hitter.
That jump serve, very effective, as there's not much that the Vikings can do on offense. But they do get a set from the outside. Kelly, great dig by Hurst. And that outside shot is blocked. And there's another example of trying to decide, do I jump or do I stay on my feet? And Carly Gregory stays on her feet and puts it into the net. Another set, and Gregory trying to redeem herself. Brisby from the outside. Little miscommunication straight over by the Vikings. Played backwards, but the point goes to St. John's River.
Once again, not playing just solid, the solid game, the basic game they know how to play, and just find the right sake combo and the right hitting. Forcing the play.
In that particular case, one too many touches. 15-10 now St. John's River, and it will be a timeout for Coach Rasmussen and her club. And you'll look at a team that won the first set 26-24. They could have run away with it. They didn't. They did run away with the second set. And now, right now, a little too tight in the third as they find themselves down by 5.
Yeah, and as you can tell right there, Coach Andrea Rasmussen, you can still salvage this set. You got to go back to the basics and just the fundamentals. Don't force the shot. Just play clean volleyball. Do what you're supposed to do. Don't try to do too much. There's still plenty points to be played, but when you try to force it, when you try to do too much, that's when you get in trouble. And of course, a good team by St. John's, they're eager to come back, and if you give them the chance, they'll come back.
Well, they're also up. You're talking about the Titans. They're up 2 sets to love, so they do have that advantage. You can check out all the Titans live game action at www.EFSCTitans.com/webcast. You can also watch archived versions of all Eastern Florida's broadcasts, including men's and women's soccer, men's and women's basketball, baseball, and volleyball. Again, that website is EFSCTitans.com/webcast. Eddie, you okay?
I'm good. I'm good.
You almost got taken
Trying
out
to see
there.
the cameras.
Now, Aaron Arbor.
15-11. And Aaron Arbor goes short, dug out, but not enough. And now it's 15-12. Arbor has done well on serve tonight.
Yeah, she has. And continues to do so.
And that ball never quite controlled by the Vikings, and now it's 15-13. Whatever Coach Rasmussen said settled her girls down.
And that's the advantage of having a great coach like her with a lot of experience, that a couple of different points can change the outcome of a game or change the way you're playing. That's what coaching is all about.
And Fokker does a nice job to make it a 16-13 game. If you're the Titans and you know that you've controlled this match with the exception of Hannah Fokker, why would you continue to go to her side?
Absolutely. That's one of those things that you want to play the ball away from her, take your chances, and take her out of the game by doing so.
And how about Carly Gregory going diagonal with the winner? She checks out. And now Maglicetti from the middle, from the outside, and it's a winner for Danny Smith.
And just like that, Eastern Florida has managed to get closer to tying up this match. Great job by coming across her body to hit the ball down court.
Maglicetti, another good serve. Nice block, but it goes out. 17-15. And the Vikings hanging around. And you see a nice shot in the block. They came together.
See, the two blockers were not able to keep their hands together. One was a little bit behind, and that's how the ball got in between the two players.
And spun out.
You want to be able to control your body, both sets of arms up towards their court, so when the ball hits you, it'll reflect and go back into the court, as opposed to going outside for out of bounds, and minus the point.
And Gunn saw the opening. There was a large gaping hole on the Viking side of the court to make it 17-16.
Once again, I love when players can read that as the ball is in the air, and you have the ability to go for it because you can control your body in the air.
Fokker, and she makes him pay. 18-16. And she'll be on serve. Hannah Fokker, the difference maker for the Vikings tonight. Gunn gets it over the net. Out wide, another dig by Arbor. Gunn with the touch, but this time it doesn't find the court. Another dig by Arbor. Staying in play. Arbor with the third dig on this point. Hurst looking for the winner, doesn't get it. And that finally gets into the net. Gilman looking for the winner up the gut, but finds the middle of the net.
They really needed that point to come back here. Probably the longest point.
All right, so now Rachel Gunn, one of the 3 returning starters on this 2017 squad. Gilman from the outside, and yep. Magliochetti couldn't stay on her side of the court, and it's 19-17.
Eastern Florida doing a good job at finding ways to get back, putting themselves in a position to try to come back and not give away this set.
Gilman to serve. Smith puts it high in the air. Now from the outside. Smith sets. Gunn into the net. Now 20-17. So now the story is reversed. In the first 2 sets, it was the Titans getting the 21st and then letting their foot off the gas a little bit. Now we'll see how Gilman answers, and she lets him back in a little bit by that serve going wide, and we've got a side out.
Yeah, and Rolls are going to see if the Vikings have that killer instinct that the Titans didn't have the first set. They found it in the second set. Eastern Florida fighting back to get back into this set.
Grubiasuk. Ramirez puts it in the air. And that shot from the outside is a winner for Austin Kopinski. 20-19. Nice deep serve. High set, Kopinski. Kelly can't do much with that. Kopinski. Great save by Brisby to keep it in play.
Once again, that miscommunication between the 2 Eastern Florida players, just when they did enough to keep their team back. And to this point, and just like that, the Vikings get that very important point.
21-19, Kelsey Crow. Gregory with that touch. Kelly unloads. Gunn. And once again, Gunn trying to decide, do I want to go with force or do I want to go with touch?
And once again, because of that, she's late to the ball. She's going to miss it. It's almost like she takes her eye away from that, where the ball, as she's trying to think, and she's late coming back to the ball. Either you're going to hit it soft or you're going to go for the power, the kill shot towards the end. And now
and
you can
see
yeah.
Coach Rasmussen talking about running the middle. She likes to run her offense through the middle. They've gotten away from that.
You also see a different side of her, a different demeanor. It's almost like, of course, she's upset that they're giving this set away, basically. A bunch of miscommunications, bunch of, mishits. It's almost like that lack of concentration.
We saw some really amazing defensive play by Erin Arbor. 3 digs. And this is the point that it happened in. And it really, this point was all about the freshman. That's 1. That's 2. Trust me, there was a 3rd. Hurst. Vikings still alive. Owens with the winner, 23-19. freshman out of DeLand. Vikings 2 points away from extending this match. Crow still on serve. Miscommunication in the front court. Hurst makes them pay for it. That miscommunication in the front court by the Vikings, unable to really get anything going, and then Hurst making them.
It's a great read as well by Hurst, just identifying that the two blockers got up late, and she just drops the ball in the right space right there.
Jump serve. Out wide. Good set for Gregory, but she goes wide. And Gregory, that's one of those shots where you're licking your chops and you got the angle and you just put too much on it.
Yeah, it's just, everything's right. You hit the ball the right way, just gets away from you a little bit, but you got to take it though.
Brisby for the set. Save one set point by the Titans, 24-21. It was Powder.
Once again,
Power by Powser.
Erin Arbor, who's done a great job serving, and how about her defensive skill?
And that ball's teed off, and it's long. Point goes to the Titans, 24-22. The Vikings thought there was a touch before it went out. Arbor. Falker blocked from the backcourt. Brisby. Arbor high in the air. Here's the third. And it's in. That is in.
Yes, it was in.
And we're going to take a look at this as there's some controversy on the court.
Yeah, but you'll see in the replay right here that the ball, not the best angle.
Ooh. It looked long to me, actually. No instant replay for the officials to look at. The referee, Mark Mills. And we've got a timeout, and a wise timeout by Jose Rivera to settle his girls down. They're still sitting on a set point right now, even though Erin Arbor has the serve for the Titans.
Yeah, no, that's a great timeout. This is when you as a coach have to settle the team. Hey, look, there's going to be calls that go your way. There's some that are not. You got to stop dealing with the referees, and you got to worry about your team. You got to put the chances away, and that's where you're going to be successful. But, you can't just it's one of those things where it's going to happen. As you mentioned, no instant replay for the refs.
We're going to take a look at that last point from a different vantage point.
Yeah, it seemed to.
That's in, yeah, absolutely. It's hard on these courts where they're not dedicated courts and you've got multiple lines between volleyball and basketball. But on that one, we slowed it down enough to really see it as well. Good call by the officials. Titans down by 1. Miscommunication once again by the Vikings. Will the Titans make them pay? They do. Outstanding shot on the outside by Ariel Lecter, but it was blocked. And it's now a 2-1 match. The visitors take the third set. 25-23 will come back and play a fourth on WEFS.
Join the fast-growing and rewarding field of healthcare at Eastern Florida State College's new Health Sciences Institute, where you can earn bachelor's degrees, associate's degrees, and certificates in a wide range of exciting careers, such as nursing, surgical technology, emergency care, radiography, sonography, and more. Don't delay. Contact Eastern Florida State College today.
Welcome back to Titans Fieldhouse, Titans Sports. I'm Bruce Silverman along with Eddie Rodriguez. And Eddie, Eastern Florida had everything going for them after a brilliant second set. They seemed like they had the weight of the world off their shoulders, and they let their opponents back in. They lose the set 23-25, and it was about imploding before this thing was over. Let's take a look at the highlights, and it was just mistakes like that.
Yeah, you're right. It was both mistakes from both sides defensively and just offensively not able to put them away early.
Yeah, they let the Vikings hang around, and then it was just mistake. It was fundamental mistakes. Into the net, into the net. Not taking advantage. Miscommunication there. Gun in between. What do I do?
Right, and
But then meet
it's been the Hannah Fokker reel, basically. She's been going at him at will, one after another. Great hits, cross court, and she's been pretty much the player who's been able to keep this Viking team back on this game.
Absolutely. Going into the fourth set now, what is Coach Rasmussen saying to her girls? They are on their home court. They are winners of 5 straight. They want to extend it to 6, but they had some breakdowns. How do they come back from those mental mistakes?
Well, it's very simple. You got to execute. You got to stay away from number 11, Hannah Fokker. Don't play on her side. Play away from her cross courts. And it comes down to not making mistakes by your own. Defensively, offensively, play your game. Stop worrying about the opponent, because if you play your game, we know they can straight up just beat them at any given time.
Keys to the fourth set, play like you did in the second and keep it away from number 11.
From number 11.
Simple game plan. Let's see how they execute it. Grubasic will be on serve when we start, as long as they get the rotation squared away for the Vikings. And we now have that rotation set. So the sophomore from overseas will get us started. And Eddie will find out, is this the third set Titans or the second set Titans?
Well, that's what we're about to find out. And, of course, we've seen that the first 6-7 points, they pretty much go to both teams. But then after that, you start seeing the big difference in points, and one team has gone away from the other.
Lechter with that big shot. Vikings have to waste their third touch. From the outside, the dropper, and it's dug out nicely. Great play from both sides. And Gunn's not going to catch up to that one. Opening point goes to the visitors.
And that tells you right there, opening point, that they're willing to fight. They're willing to make this a battle against Eastern Florida. Even though they're playing away, they're the visitors. So
well,
if you think they're going to just roll over, it's not going to happen, my friend.
Well, they certainly got the momentum from that third set. Hurst with the winner, and it's 1-1, and she will have the serve. If they can get a nice run out of her serves, they've gotten them out of Arbor's serves, they can serve right out of the building.
Well, the great news for Eastern Florida is that they have their best player serving right now.
And who else for the Vikings? Hannah Fokker with the slam, and the block is unable to be handled by the Titans.
We did say keep it away from 11, didn't we? Okay, just making sure we were clear on that. The game plan for the fourth set was going to be that.
Pauser, and she's blocked. Nice job in that front court by the Titans to keep it alive. And Fokker once again on the hit. She gets the block. Gunn from the back. And it's long.
She's got to get her confidence back.
But the Titans know exactly where number 11 is right now. And they keep setting it to their right. Lecter. Setting it out for Lecter. And she went long. 4-1. Titans wanted a Vikings touch. They don't get it. Vasco to serve once again. Gregory with the touch. Pauser doesn't make another mistake. 4-2.
Yeah, she's got that attitude. You can see it in her face. Great set right here. She gets up. Great contact with the ball at the highest point down the line.
Arbor with the serve. And that's wide. 4-3. Arbor will do it again. And it was great timing by Pauser on that one. She got it at the apex and drove it home. And that block goes wide, 5-3.
Yeah,
and
that's
on those blocks, it's all about timing and about angle.
It's all about the angle as well. You want to get both players' arms together and position yourself so by the time the ball makes contact with your arm, it's going to reflect back into their court and not to the out of bounds.
Got to angle it into the court.
Right, so staying in sync when you're in the air, it's vital and it's crucial to see where the ball is going to rebound towards.
And once again, Pauser from the middle, the Brazilian.
You did call it. She will not make another mistake. Let's just hope the rest of Eastern Florida can catch up to that mentality and start putting points away here.
Magliochetti, the sophomore from South Fork High School in Stewart. And that's how you block.
Exactly. You can tell the difference in this one. Watch once again how both players jump together and look at their arms. They're together. They're facing towards the Vikings court. So when the ball makes contact, it's going to bounce, rebound towards their side, and that's how you're able to keep it in bounds.
Net helps that serve. Falker, nice dig by who else? Arbor. Another point for the home team, and they have the first lead
and
of the
just
fourth
like
set.
that, you can tell in their faces that things are changing. Now they're smiling. Now they got that little, you know, jump to their step, that little step, you know, that little.
Another combined effort between Pauser and Smith.
Yeah, you're right. Now there's a different angle. Now it becomes a team effort right here once again in this double block right here. Both players go up. Great effort right there. It was actually Pauser who makes contact with the ball with her left hand.
Falker has to go over the net. And more authority from Pauser. The power of Pauser.
Pauser must have hurt you because now she's playing with a different mentality, with a different attitude. And just like that, this is when Eastern Florida has to run away with a set.
Arbor over to Gunn. In between Hop for Gunn. Blocked. And Gunn will go over the net with a little bit of pace. Falker, she's blocked.
Once again, great job blocking. Alyssa Pauser right there jumps at the same time. Watch this effort right here. Rachel Gunn, same time. They turn their bodies and both arms right there, they get the point.
And another smart timeout by Jose Rivera, as he did a great job of calling timeout to settle down his club after a controversial call in the third set, and now in the fourth having a conversation with Patricia Ramirez and trying to get her settled down But what great work right now by the front court of the Titans in getting their shoulders angled properly on those blocks.
Yeah, you see Rachel Gunn, you see Elisa Pauser, and more than that, you know, the coach, Jose Rivera, of course, what he did, he's trying to slow down the momentum of Eastern Florida because they were in a run. They were about to run away with this set, so now he tries to put a little ice, if you will. So now what Coach Andrea Rasmussen is going to do is say, look, now that you went back to the basics, that's the way you play. You got to give yourselves a chance to win. That's how you give yourself a chance to win. Go back to the fundamentals and execute. That's the key word right here, execute.
Coach Rasmussen having a conversation with her girls and just making sure they keep their focus and they keep that drive and make sure that they keep this run going as Summer Magliochetti is on the serve once again with her club up 9-5.
And she did fantastic last time her number got called.
And right now, the Titans doing a good job of neutralizing Falker. Until, of course, I say
and
that.
And, of course, right on cue as you say that. But you're right, after that, they were doing a good job just not putting her into play. She didn't get the ball in a few of the points. That's what you want to do. Get her away from the ball. Don't let the Vikings give her the ball.
She had the touches, but she wasn't able to do anything with them. Really, her touches were on the second touch, not the third. Gunn. Outstanding effort by Sarah Bisbee.
Yeah, the Spaniard goes down the line right there. She hits the ball with authority at the highest point right there. She finds that gap. And right, Magliochetti was actually stepping into the ball, which when the ball's traveling at that velocity is not going to go well for you.
Pauser with some power. And once again, the game plan for the Titans, put it up in the air and let Pauser do her thing, and now she'll serve.
Well, and also when you give the ball to Pauser, when you're setting her up, make sure you give her the advantage. It's got to be a good set. It's got to be, the proper timing has got to be there. Let her do what she does best. Climb the ladder, hit the ball at the highest point, and put it away.
Hurst. And the point goes to the visitors. Gilman will serve. She's had mixed results on serve tonight. She goes deep. The set for Hurst. Two touch. And it's 10-9 in this run of St. John's River, putting them back in this fourth set. Hurst from the line. Owens with some authority. Nice front court work by the Titans. Too many touches for the Vikings, and we'll have Arbor checking out and Lecter checking in. Gunn. And Gunn couldn't find what she wanted to do. Too many touches on the side of the Vikings, and it's now 12-9, and Gunn still on serve.
And once again, great service, jump service by Gunn. And if you look at Basco, deliver in the back, never set her feet. She was still traveling as she tried to hit the ball.
And it's an ace for Gunn. 13-9.
Just what you want out of one of your best players. Right time, you want her to step up. She's definitely stepping up big time for Eastern Florida here.
Gunn once again, jump serve. Kind of lobbed it up in the air. But with authority, Bisbee, and the Spaniard gets a side out.
Yeah, I think Rachel Gunn was trying to mix it up a little bit with that lob to the left side of the court. But Sarah Bisbee said, I don't think so. Not today.
throw. Double hit. And those are those mental mistakes that they made in the third set that they can't afford to do here in the fourth.
Yeah, those are the ones that you're just letting, get away from you and keeping you away from winning the set early.
Into that back 90 goes Hurst.
Who else but Kylie Hurst?
And that will...
Magliuchetti comes out, and so will Smith.
As does Smith, and it will put Grubasic on the serve, up by 3.
And Grubasic did very well last time she was serving.
Hurst, she was going for that same back corner.
Absolutely, she found that sweet spot. It's a quick set right there. She's able to answer the call. Quick set into the corner. Right here, you see how she comes around the corner, was able to rotate her shoulders and goes cross court to that left side.
Into the middle.
You talked about the timing in that service where the timing is back and you're not able to make contact at the highest point. Now you got to jump backwards, and it's so difficult to hit the ball. Sienna Kelly, not with the best of sets, but she tried to make contact with the ball.
The blast and a nice dig by the server. Fletcher, just a little too much on that one. Ball was in the air too long. She was licking her chops.
Yeah, sometimes you just get happy and you can taste it. You can see it, and you're right. She waited a little bit too long. The ball was dropping already when she made contact.
Hurst, wide. The other thing to take a look at on that run of points for the Titans, guess who was in the back court for the Vikings?
Well, number 11.
But guess where
Hannah
she
Faulkner.
is now?
Right, now she's in the front, so this is when, if you're Eastern Florida, you got to keep the ball away from her.
Lecter's unable to handle that serve, and it's 16-14. Not a good time for the Titans to let the Vikings back into this match with Faulkner in the front court.
No, that's why we have the same tactical game plan, you and I, to keep the ball away from number 11, Hannah Faulkner from the Vikings.
Lecter unloaded on that one. But Hurst trying to block with the one hand, and it's 16-15.
Well, she was only, also the timing was erroneous. She was coming down already when she made contact with the ball, so not at the highest volume, therefore you're taking a step back, and the momentum is going to carry you back and not forward.
Brisby with an outstanding effort on the serve. Titans with a good effort to keep the ball in play. Dunn played a ball that was going out. She redeems herself there. Owens trying to do some touch. Hurst with authority.
Well, she's trying to make up from that. Last time she mishandled that block, and right here she gets up, and you do not want to put the ball right on top of her because she will put it away. You see that?
There was an example of winning a point you should never win.
Absolutely.
Hurst, jump.
I like that little rotation she puts on her serve. And I like that Bruce because by the time she rotates those shoulders, she's coming across and she makes contact with the ball. Her shoulders are square with the net, and therefore she's got that advantage of going cross court or down the alley.
And that double team by Gregory and Pauser, the reason why we've got a timeout on the floor with the Titans up 18-15 with an opportunity to close out the fourth set.
18-15, and I think now they're playing well. Now they're playing back to what they're used to. They're controlling the momentum a little bit. Their best players are touching the ball at the right times, and they're keeping the ball away from number 11, which is a must. You and I have been talking about it the whole match. So if you can do that and just run, the rotation was right for the Vikings. 11 didn't touch the ball. I know she's still in the front, but you want to continue to do that. Let her go to the back, and then you can let her have the ball.
While we're looking at the future Titan, take a look at Hurst and the way that she has just taken over this fourth set. That's a spike. Guess what? We got another one coming for you. right there. And for good measure, we'll just make it a trio.
Well, in case
And
you're
that's
wondering,
right there.
yeah, the Vikings just let that ball for her just hanging right above, and she did the rest. She just absolutely unleashed down the court.
Timeout is over. Hurst will be on serve again. Kylie Hurst, one of 3 returning starters from a year ago. Falker, nice job. She shows power, and then she comes back with the touch.
And that's what you want to do as a player. You want to have those variables, power, then that little touch. And that's how you want to keep the other team guessing.
Basco, Lecter. Gregory was looking for the win, nice dig. Smith, Gregory unloads and earns the point now 19-16. Erin Arbor will be on the serve. The freshman has had nice runs with the ball in her hand throughout this match.
Oh, she's been fantastic serving.
Goes to the backcourt. The dig off the net, that's not going to work. 19-17, serve goes to the Vikings. Double switch coming up for them. And it will be Ramirez on serve. She's had some nice runs of her own.
Yeah, she has. It's a crucial point right here for the Vikings. We're trying to stay in this set.
Gregory from outside earns the point. There's the 20th point. We've talked about it in the first 2 sets. We're going to talk about it now in the 4th. And now it's the most important.
I was going to say now is the most important because now the whole game's on the line here. Once again, you got to empty the benches. Go with the players that got you here. Go with the players you're going to rely on the whole year to get you to carry you through when the game's on the line.
A nice serve. Vikings not much that they can do with it. Powder. Hauser with the power.
Quick set, and Pauser does the rest. Once again, the Vikings kind of fumble the ball, and right here, quick set, Pauser, look at that, her approach. Hits the ball between the 2 setters, the 2 blockers rather, from the Vikings.
Good things happen when you can take your time and get that really nice set on the second touch. Maglichetti.
Jordan Sherry entering the game for the Vikings, who I haven't seen much of.
Gunn with a little touch. Gunn blocked. Set backwards to Fokker. Set upstairs. They go the other way. Nice save in the backcourt by Arbor. The block for the win by Pauser.
Once again, Pauser is just on fire, can do nothing wrong. Defensively, as you saw, what a great block. And the key to that block is that she timed it perfectly. She got up at the highest point. Both arms were extended. And by the time she made contact with the ball, it was raining on number 9, Gilman, who never expected to have the ball rebounded to her face. Basically, that's what it comes down to.
Over to Falker, she goes with the dropper. That one doesn't work. Smith. Falker. Arbor with the dig. Arbor. Smith. Ramirez. And that's blocked by Pauser. Arbor sends it up in the air. Gunn. And she earns another point, 23-17. Great team effort by the Titans. It left the Vikings really just reactionary?
They're scrambling. They're trying to react rather than be proactive, now being reactive. And now Eastern Florida truly playing as a team. You can tell they're there for each other, blocking together, digging together, hitting the ball together, setting for each other. The right time is there, waiting for the right time to set. And of course, when you do that, good things happen.
Can the Titans earn a match point here? Too many touch, 23-18.
A little bit unlucky for Magliachetti, who was going behind her in that set. That quick set was on though for Pauser.
Arbor is able to control that one. Pauser. And that finds the court. 24-18. Set, match point for the Titans. And who else on serve but Elisa Pauser.
I would love her.
Finish up with an ace.
Absolutely. Get up, climb the ladder, jump serve.
She wasn't listening to you.
Well, she wants to keep it in bounds. Make sure that she does that. I don't blame her.
Gunn. Smith up in the air. Pauser, she's not going to be able to control it as much as she wanted to. Play continues. Arbor, great effort, but the point goes to St. John's River. Still set and match point, and they've got a number of them left. Gilman on serve. Hurst. Owens puts it up in the air. That's going to go out, and that's the match. 25-19 is the final in the fourth and final set. So your Titans win 3-1, the same result they had the last time they took on the Vikings. We're going to come back and wrap things up. You're watching Titans Volleyball on WEFS.
On Friday, September 22nd, the Eastern Florida State College Foundation will hold its 4th annual Scholarship Golf Tournament fundraiser at the Sun Tree Country Club. Get ready for an afternoon of fun featuring tea parties, door prizes, games, boxed lunches, dinner, beer, and cocktails. For the last 40 years, the foundation has provided essential financial support to EFSC students. In the last 5 years alone, student scholarships have totaled more than $2.5 million, with every dollar benefiting the students they serve. You or your organization can help the foundation raise money this year by signing up as an individual, with a team, or by becoming a corporate sponsor. Tickets for all levels of participation are available now. Proceeds from the event help provide scholarships for EFSC students. For complete information on how you can help, call the EFSC Foundation at 321-433-7055.
It's doubleheader action for the Eastern Florida soccer teams. Friday at 3:30, the Titans women's team battles the Blue Storm from Southwest Illinois. Then at 8, the men's team will battle the Vikings from Jefferson College. Catch both games live Friday on WEFS.
Welcome back into the field house, everybody. The Titans with a 3-1 win over the visitors, and they earned their 6th win on the season, 6 in a row. I'm now joined by the coach. And, Coach, you said when you sat down, it wasn't pretty, but it was a win. Really, it was pretty if you take out that third set.
Yeah, at times. I mean, throughout the entire match, we did some really fantastic things with the ball, and we looked really great. And then there were other times that it's obviously early in the season for us. So, and that's why we play these matches. It's why we do such a heavy load in the beginning of the season, is to work out all the kinks. And a couple of the girls on the sidelines, something about hashtag freshman probs, and that's so true when we have a lot of freshmen, and so we've got to work through some stuff.
Well, you had some great play by your freshmen today. But I also want to take a look at a freshman, number 15. It was all Pauser, all power,
yes.
all 4 set.
Yes, it was, and we've been struggling through the last 5 matches to get her in system and get her a ball that she can swing on. And today is the first day that we've really seen the benefit of our hard work in practice. And she does such a great job blocking, but it's really nice to see her turn on her offense and be able to contribute on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, the blocking was a little suspect in the middle of this match.
Yeah.
The shoulders were turned the wrong way. They were there in position. Sometimes they weren't coming together as a team. You saw that letdown in the 3rd set, even though you nearly pulled it out.
Right.
But certainly finish up with authority.
Yes, absolutely. And that's, we try every match. Our goal is to improve throughout the sets, and if we're playing the best that we can at the end of the match, regardless of what set we're in, that's what we look for. And that's something we did today. We grew through the game, and so that's something that we look for in practice and we'll continue to look for as we head into conference season.
Certainly Hurst was there for you tonight. Yeah. Outstanding effort by her. And Erin Arbor in the backcourt, outstanding.
Yeah, she did a great job. St. John's made a great adjustment against us to avoid the block and started hitting the ball in the deep corner, and Erin Arbor made a great adjustment right away and was able to pick up so many of those balls for us, and she does such a great job for us. We're really lucky to have 2 really strong libero DSs. Unfortunately, we only have 1 uniform.
But I would be remiss if I didn't ask you about Hannah Falker, who was just outstanding. And the game changed in the 4th set when you kept the ball away from her.
Yes, and that's something that we worked in practice yesterday, was working on shutting her down, but she does such a great job for them. She's a real power for them, and so we knew we would have to be up to play against her, and it definitely takes time to figure out how to keep the ball away from her and get her out of system, but that's where we were able to be successful tonight. When she's in system, man, she's good.
Yes, she was, but not good enough.
No, not
As
quite.
the Titans get the win, they win their 6th in a row. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And so take a look at the way this whole thing went down. An outstanding effort by the Titans throughout the evening. Even in the 4th set, they came just so close. But when you win it 26-24, 25-14, and then finish them off 25-19, it's okay. So appreciate you being with us. For Eddie Rodriguez, I am Bruce Silverman. Thank you. The Titans get the win 3-1 on their own home court here on WEFS.
We now return to our regularly scheduled program.